Good morning everybody. In this lesson of climate, yesterday we have discussed what are the factors affecting the climate or of any region, or what factors are affecting the or controlling the climate in any region. So there are major 6 controls of climate like latitude, altitude, pressure and winds, etc. Today we are going to discuss mainly about latitude and longitude, how latitudes are affecting. Yesterday we have seen that latitudes are having a major role in affecting the climate of any region. This is the equatorial region when the climate is very hot here. While moving towards the polar region, we can find the temperature becomes very lower. So here 0° latitude is equator, and when we are moving towards the polar regions it becomes 90 degrees. While we are moving towards the higher latitudes, temperature decreases or temperature drops. Okay, so that latitude has an important role in affecting the climate. Now India is lying in the tropical region. We know that Tropic of Cancer passing through the middle of India from west Gujarat or the Rann of Kutch in Gujarat to east Mizoram, or centrally located the Tropic of Cancer in India. So that south of this Tropic of Cancer in India has different types of climate, and north of Tropic of Cancer has other type of climate, because in the northern region we know that we have the Himalaya mountains. So that north Himalaya mountains are there, and south it is a peninsular region. There are coastal regions, so coastal axis or the sea axis of sea in the South India or peninsular India. So that different types of climates are found in north and south of Tropic of Cancer. Why we know that Himalaya mountains are there in the north. How Himalaya mountains are affecting the climate of India, we will study about the altitude. What is altitude? Altitude means height. So high mountains we have in the north, which has the Himalaya mountains. They are almost its average height is 6,000 meters. So India has a vast coastal regions in the south also. So different types of elevations can be found in the northern region, or climatic conditions also differ. How the mountainous regions are affecting climate? When we are moving towards the higher altitudes or in the high mountain ranges, we know that Himalayas are completely covered with snow. What is the reason? When we are moving towards the upper part of the mountains, temperature is dropping or temperature drops. The climate becomes much cooler and much more cooler in the extreme peak or the top part of the mountains. So that mountain tops are covered with the snow. Okay, so other factors like latitude and altitude, other factors which are influencing the climate is one of the important factor is pressure and winds. How pressure and winds are also affecting, pressure and surface winds or upper air circulation and western cyclonic disturbances and tropical cyclones. These are also affecting the climate of our country. So India lies in the region of northeasterly winds. Northeasterly winds are blowing through India. So India is lying especially in the northeasterly winds path. So these winds originated from the subtropical high pressure belt of the northern hemisphere, and which is blowing towards India. Okay, so that they blow southwards from north direction towards from northeast direction towards the south of India. When these winds are blowing, due to its deflected, and when it is moving towards the south, it gets deflected, deviate from the original path when it changes its way or path. So that here what is the reason when it changes? Due to the Coriolis effect. We have studied earlier classes, because of the curvature of the earth. The Coriolis effect or the Coriolis movement, due to that its path of the wind is deviated from the original way. Okay, so that it causes here moving towards the equatorial low pressure area. So these winds carry a little moisture as they originate and blow over the land, so that they bring little rain or sometimes no rain also. So that hence India should have been the arid land, but it is not so because of the presence of the mountainous regions, the Himalayas in the northern part. So the pressure and wind conditions over India are unique. Sometimes we know during the winter there is high pressure area in the north of the Himalayas. Cold dry winds blow from this region to the low pressure areas to the oceans in the south. Okay, during the winter season, northern side we have Himalayas, so the high pressure winds are blowing from there towards the south regions. We have in the south there are oceans also. It affects the climatic condition within our country. We have already studied that distance from the sea affects the climatic conditions. When the coastal areas are having mild climate because the rain bearing winds are blowing towards the cold sea breezes are blowing towards the land in South India. When we are moving towards the interior part or northern part, which are away from the sea coast, experience continental type of climate. This we have studied in earlier classes, how the continentality or the continental type of climate experience in the interior parts of our country. Okay, so here this is the way how the pressure and ocean currents and pressure also affect the climatic condition of our country. Okay, another important factor is that the upper air circulation in this region is dominated by the westerly flow from the western direction, which we call jet stream. Okay, this also affect the climatic conditions in this region. Okay, in the coming class we will study about the monsoon rainfall also. Okay, so that how monsoon rainfall occurs from the oceans also. Okay, here we know that jet stream also occurring here in the Himalayas. There are also Himalayan mountains are acting as a barrier that we have already studied in the previous classes, so that the extreme cold wind blowing from the Central Asia is blocked or by the Himalaya mountains, which protects the Indian mainland from the extreme cold regions called wind, which are blowing from the Central Asia. Also we can find the rain bearing wind or monsoon winds, which are blowing from the sea, are also blocked by the Himalayas, which gives so that the rain bearing wind does not blow over the Himalayas and it is blocked, so that in the parts of India receives heavy rainfall during the monsoon season. So about the Indian monsoon we will study in the coming class.